Now we're going to mix up a little Thinset. Today we're going to mix up a little ProFlex Platinum. What we're going to do is we want to add a little bit of water to the bottom of our bucket, really just a couple inches or so. So we're going to cut open the ProFlex Platinum here, and we're going to go ahead and add this into our water. When adding the Thinset to the water, we're trying to look for a consistency of about mayonnaise. Usually, I don't worry so much about a ratio of water to powder. I concentrate more on a consistency ultimately that I'd like to get it to. So we'll add a little more water to this. And it's common that you have to add a little water, add a little powder to find that consistency. Put your beater bar in. Start somewhat slowly, or else you may have a mess. And as you can see, the powder is a little crumbly right now, so we'll add a little bit more water. Like a nice batch of pancakes, we need to let our Thinset sit and slake for about 5 minutes after we mix it. What we're going to do is we're going to walk away, we're going to get some materials for the job, we'll come back in 5 minutes and we'll refluff the Thinset. So we've mixed up ProFlex Platinum Gray and we've got Pro Bond White. When applying this on the wall, in this case we're using a product called Permabase. Permabase has two sides obviously, a smooth side that is against the wall, and it's got a textured side that we need to tile on. And we're going to show you, give you a little demonstration of using a normal Platinum Thinset alongside the Pro Bond No Sag to get a good comparison on how well it actually works. When mixing Thinset, there's really a couple different size buckets that you can use. I myself prefer a smaller bucket, 3.5 gallon bucket. Then your arm isn't quite so deep down in a bucket when you're trying to scoop Thinset out. Any bucket will work for you. Again, you need two buckets. You always need the bucket that you're mixing your Thinset or your grout in, and you always need a bucket with water in it and a sponge to keep everything clean. The Thinset really should be used in 20 to 30 minutes. You really should only mix up enough that you can use in 20 to 30 minutes. If your Thinset has been sitting up for 20 to 30 minutes and you're wondering, is it actually going to stick anymore? We do a little finger test where you just go ahead and dab your finger into it. If it is bonded to your finger, most likely it's going to bond to the surface that you're tiling and to the back of the tile. We've got our ProFlex Platinum here, gray, and we've got our Pro Bond No Sag white. And what we're going to do is we're going to just check the consistency a little bit and try to see how it sticks to the trowel. In this case, it's pretty good. Here, this is pretty typical of Pro Bond No Sag, that it does tend to set up a little quicker. All you got to do is just kind of mix it up a little bit, and you can see that we get the same kind of bond. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little Thinset. We're going to do a little test of the Platinum compared to the Pro Bond No Sag. So first, I'm going to just go ahead and scoop up a little bit of Thinset. This is the Platinum Gray. Go ahead, stick this tile, make sure we got enough coverage. So this is the Platinum. We're going to give it a little push there. Not too bad. Pro Bond No Sag on the wall. And that should be good. Apply a little pressure to it. And there you have it. Got a little saggage you can see right at the top here of this tile, that this tile is slowly but surely sagging down. And on this tile, even though we set it a little later, it hasn't moved a bit. So if you want to avoid this and gravity pulling all the tiles down, we should suggest to our customers that we use the ProBond no-sag.